Hey everybody, Fabian4Liberty, Internet Anchorman TV. So, interesting story that I read today, talking about how the 2008 market crash is forgotten, but the 2012 crash is actually the big crash that is coming, right? I mean, everyone's asleep to it. And it goes back and it details the 2002 crash that wiped out $8 trillion in investor money, and how people had forgotten that crash leading up to '08. And then here we are in 2012, we hear stories like GM basically writing excessive amounts of subprime loans that will likely default to uh, sell more cars. And basically everybody's back to doing everything that was done in creating 2008. In addition, the bailout culture and not allowing the too bigs to fail, continuing the cheap money, it's all been compounded. And here we are in 2008, which brings me to a prepping article that was on Zero Hedge that I thought was really interesting, that I urge many of you to read. And it was talked about how, this culture that's prepping, and how over 3 million Americans are preppers today, even though mainstream media tries to make it seem like it's ridiculous and it's for crazy wackos. The reality is that culture, our culture today, is more open to prepping, and we likely know people that are preppers. So much so that even National Geographic started its own show that paints certain people that may not be your typical type prepper. They're more extreme or have their more, kind of weird oddity to them. And it's painting this picture that, hey, if you're a prepper, you're weird, you're a nutbag, you're a right-wing extremist, whatever it may be. But I think for most of us that do prep, we realize that there is some event that is coming, and we realize that the preparations of the Department of Homeland Security, the steps our government's taking towards the path of tyranny, the economy and the unsustainable debt, all of these factors play into eventually some event coming. And the preparations taken by the elite point to some event that they may be planning for or that they know is coming. So again, I recommend the Zero Hedge article because it goes into talking about things like survival retreats, right, and having a backup plan, and maybe leaving the country. It doesn't specifically mention that, but a lot of times I've talked about leaving the country, or I personally probably wouldn't do that because I have too many roots here. But those that do, I think, if you can live to fight another day, more power to you, where other people may take the position of, I'll never leave, I'll stay no matter what. And that could be foolish, right? But again, it's your own opinion, your own, you got to do what you decide to do. And it also mentions several other items that things people need to take into consideration in prepping and in realizing the world that we live in. The Simon Black, I believe his name is, the guy from Sovereign Man, mentions all the time, which is living in the age of turmoil. That's definitely the age we're living in, and I'm your Internet Anchorman. Thanks for watching. I'm out.